You said that there were rumblings at the combine that the Colts might go YOLO after Derek Carr.
Yep.
Let's say that does happen. What was to be that if the Raiders would turn around, take those picks, package them, and approach the Texans for Deshaun Watson, and if that was to happen, you would then have the AFC West that would have Mahomes, Herbert, Wilson, and Watson.
That would be ridiculous. And as I just said, the AFC West as it currently stands is the best quarterback division in football now that Russell Wilson has joined it. And that's why, Denver made this swing, because if I'm going to face Herbert forevermore twice a year, and I know they had his number this year in Denver, and if I'm facing Mahomes twice a year, I better get, I better stop bringing a knife to the gunfight. And that would be an incredible upgrade for the entire division, although Derek Carr had some terrific games this year and had one of his best seasons ever. The problem is, and thank you for the call, appreciate it, Doug. Everybody's talking about Watson like, he'll eventually clear everything. There's a grand jury.
On Friday.
Yeah. Okay. I have no idea. You're reading, I try my best to read up on this stuff so I'm as knowledgeable as possible when these things come up. Friday, there's a grand jury, and this thing could potentially be over in a day. It could go a few days. I don't know. Nobody does. And if there is an indictment handed down, and apparently all it takes is a majority of the grand jurists to do it in the state of Texas, then this enters a totally different phase, this conversation. And if there is no bill handed down, meaning no indictment, then there's the matter of 20 some odd civil cases that apparently he doesn't want to sign an NDA for because he wants everything out there because it's been, from his camp, unfairly and inaccurately portraying him. And so there's still the matter of what's true and what's not. Who wants a piece of that? Right now, as it stands here, the Wednesday before the new league year, I don't want a piece of that. No matter how incredibly talented he is and completely out of character from the guy that I've met over and over again. This has been going on for a year. Deshaun Watson lost a year of his career to this in his prime, at the ascendancy of his prime. And everybody's just like, oh, yeah, Watson. How about Watson? Let's go get Watson. Let's see what Watson is as a human before we could talk about the Watson as a football player. And then there's still the Watson, the human, factored into whether you want Watson, the football player.
Yeah, he's only 26.
It's insane. So I'm not ready to talk about it yet. Let's see what happens. And the issue for Deshaun, outside of the obvious I've just stated, just talking about it football-wise, is everybody's got to get their plans in order. Now, if there's a team that hasn't solved their quarterback issue in the new league year free agency and decides to go into free agency deeper into the summer to see who comes available, or they decide to go into the draft and that doesn't yield anything, and then you're hoping to see how healthy Winston is before making a move in his direction or anything like that, and this gets resolved in a manner that makes him viable as a football player and citizen, then you can address it. But that won't apparently be resolved between now and Wednesday unless there's no bill that hands in, no indictment Friday, grand jury's done, he gets to work over the weekend, settles everything, and it comes out him smelling like the rose that he hopes he can smell like. Then he hits the new league year wide open. Now we're talking. But for the moment, I can't sit here and say, well, yeah, they're going to make this trade and do this and do that. One thing's for sure, if Seattle does have that in their plan, they now have the draft capital for it today that they didn't have yesterday. That's the state of the Winston affair as we go out the door on this Wednesday. What's the
Watson affair?
Did I say Winston?
Yeah, you did it again.
Did it again.
Sorry.
Oh, my God. If Susie's watching at home, she's like, are you kidding me again? That's the Watson latest.
The Watson latest, yeah.
Good God. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.